All right, y'all, we're going to take a look at this boudoir Facebook ad and diagnose it, see if I believe it has BLCS, boudoir low click syndrome. And that is when the unique CTRL of the ad is under 6%. So it means fewer than 6 out of 100 people are clicking anywhere on our boudoir Facebook ad. And the reason we care about that is because when someone actually clicks anywhere on our boudoir Facebook ad, we know our ad has entered their brain. And that is the only way we can actually get them to buy. Now, BLCS, boudoir low click syndrome, is treated with boudoir pre-click optimization, aka boudoir Pico. This treatment takes about a week, and we do it by simply duplicating the old ad. You know, can keep that one running or keep it off, whatever. And then the duplicated ad, that gets the treatment. Now, in my residency, when I went to actually, do this treatment on other boudoir Facebook ads, first one, I just went out there and found one, tested it so that its unique CTRL was 4.3%. So because of that, I knew BLCS was present. So boudoir low click syndrome, unique CTRL less than 6%. So what I did was I treated that ad with boudoir Pico for about a week, and we got the unique CTRL up to 6.88%. So, ads now get into nearly 7 out of 100 people's brains. So what we figured out is the original ad, kind of the way it was set up, the mistakes that I had, it was wasting about 37% of their ad spend. So, if they're spending 10 grand a month on boudoir Facebook ads, then with the new boudoir Facebook ad treated with boudoir Pico, we could reduce that by $3,700 a month and save them, man, what's that, 3,700 times 12, like 40 grand in the first year, So we can decrease the ad spend and get our ad into the same number of people's brains. That's what's so powerful about boudoir Pico. Now, second ad I did in my residency was, found this other one, 1.39% unique CTRL. So since unique CTRL is less than 6%, we know that BLCS is present. All right, so did the same thing, duplicated it, ran it in parallel, treated it with boudoir Pico for about a week, and we got the unique CTRL up to 9.13%. So instead of like our ad getting into 1 out of 100 people's brains, we're going to add it to 9 out of 100 people's brains. And everything on this page is sold to a cold audience, so people that have never seen us before. So what we found is that they're wasting about 84% of their ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand a month on boudoir Facebook ads, and what we can do is decrease that by 8,400 a month. They save that money, like 100 grand in the first 12 months. 100 grand in the first year after getting treated 1 week with boudoir Pico, and spend instead $1,600 a month on their boudoir Facebook ads and get their ads into the same number of people's brains. And we care about getting our ads into people's brains because that's the only way people will buy from us. And then one of my patients, one of his boudoir Facebook ads, unique CTRL about 5%. So okay, BLCS is present. Boudoir low click syndrome is present because unique CTRL is under 6%. So fewer than 6 out of 100 people are actually clicking on the ad. And so I said, all right, let's duplicate it, run the new ad in parallel while treating it with boudoir Pico over the course of about a week. And we're able to get the unique CTRL up to 15.35%. So basically we, got our ad into 3 times as many people's brains as before for the same ad spend. But more importantly, if he's spending 10 grand a month on boudoir Facebook ads, with his old ad, 67% of that ad spend's being wasted. So we can actually save him $6,700 a month on boudoir Facebook ad spend. What's that, 80 grand over the next year? And get him, get his ads, his boudoir Facebook ads, into the same number of women's brains. Was it $3,300 a month ad spend versus 10,000 bucks a month ad spend? And from my experience going through these boudoir Facebook ads, the average boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS, with boudoir low click syndrome, is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. So I mean, we can see the averages right here: wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%. I mean, the average in there is probably 50 to 60%. All right, now let's go through this one. See with my eye if this one looks like it has BLCS, boudoir low click syndrome. All right, so first going to look at the below creative, so below the video here. Yeah, we got a below creative cluster. We got too much stuff below the creative. And the false belief that causes us to make this mistake, the below creative cluster mistake, is A, we don't even know where, that was a possible mistake for us to make. But B, everyone else's boudoir Facebook ads look like this. They all got stuff below the creative. And it's like, yeah, because basically everyone else has boudoir low click syndrome. And the reason why boudoir low click cluster is a mistake and the consequences of making this mistake is we're going to have way, way, way more people scrolling by our ads, not clicking on them, which then we know our ad is basically never has not entered their brain. And if our ad doesn't enter their brain, they will 0% chance they'll ever buy from us. All right, moving on up, we look at the creative. And yeah, I look at this video, just kind of fills in the black space behind it with different boudoir portraits while keeping all this text on screen. So yeah, this creative is making the looks like an ad mistake. And the false belief that causes us to make this mistake is, again, we don't even know we're making a mistake because no one has pointed out to us that an ad should not look like an ad. So it's kind of whatever, contradictory. But my numbers, my boudoir Pico treatment proves it true. And reason B of why we make this mistake is, yeah, we see everyone making it as well. So we don't even think really everyone else could be wrong. But with my, with me doing my testing, and the results of my boudoir Pico treatment, yeah, basically everyone else is having BLCS and wasting about half their ad spend. So yeah, causing more people to scroll by than necessary, causing us to waste that ad spend because our ad is not entering those people's brains because they're not clicking anywhere on our ad. Finally, we look at the headline. All right, let's see. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook newsfeed mobile. Wanted ladies for a boudoir photo shoot. Imagine you would feel to see yourself. All right, so this is. All right, so yeah, this is lack of context. Wanted ladies for a boudoir photo shoot. Yeah, lack of context. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is, again, we don't even know the lack of context mistake is one that we could be making until someone points it out. And B, well, we see a lot of other boudoir Facebook ads set up like this, and that's kind of how everyone's doing it. But yes, that's why basically every boudoir Facebook ad I've seen, or well, at least tested, has had BLCS, boudoir low click syndrome, because of these mistakes we're going through. So yeah, consequence to this is way more women going to be scrolling by our ad than necessary, so they're not going to be clicking on our ad. So then we know our ad is not entered their brain, which means 0% chance they're going to buy from us. And so if you're running 10 grand a month in boudoir Facebook ads, then most likely about half of that right off the rip is being wasted. Literally 5 grand a month, 60 grand over the next year. So if you want, well, if your ads do have BLCS, boudoir low click syndrome, then that's probably the result over the next year. So if you want your boudoir Facebook ads with BLCS to be treated with boudoir Pico, it takes about a week, so that we can actually eliminate that 60 grand a year in wasted ad spend. Literally a week, and we can eliminate approximately 60 grand a year in wasted ad spend. Then I am opening slots for new BLCS patients at the end of the month. That is when my DMs will open. My DMs are closed right now. I'm closed to new BLCS patients. And so yeah, DM me in. I do have a qualification procedure to make sure you guys qualify.